Hey guys, this is chapter 3 of Daniel the Drawer. Hi, sweetie, Mom says when I get home from school. She's at the counter chopping lettuce with a big knife. I usually complain when she calls me sweetie, but today I'll let it slide. She stops chopping long enough to ask, "Did you make any new friends at school today?" I don't answer her because I'm already halfway down the hall. Tommy scares me nearly to death when he jumps in front of me. "Hey, buddy." The caterpillar on his chin stretches into the letter U when he smiles. I'm distracted long enough to forget he's about to punch me. "Armadillo!" I yell when he hits me. It's the first thing I think of because an armadillo can roll up into a little ball when it's being attacked. Being an armadillo sure would save me from a lot of bruises. Tommy scrunches up his face. "Wait, what did you just call me?" "Nothing, never mind," I mumble, and walk by him before he can punch me for real. When I open my door, my room is empty. I wonder if Mom found Whiskers when I was at school and threw him outside. Maybe Whiskers didn't really exist and had only been a nightmare, thanks to Mom's meatloaf. But it wasn't a nightmare. The plate of cold meatloaf I'd brought him this morning still sits at the end of my bed. Whiskers left a few bites behind, and there are now dried up little rocks. Gross little rocks. Maybe Whiskers went outside. What would an imaginary but real talking cat with no back do outside? Chase mice? Talk to other cats? I don't know the basic stuff like if he has claws or if he needs a litter box. Maybe he wandered outside to go potty or file his nails and got lost? Losing Whiskers makes my insides feel heavy. We've never had a pet before because Lila's allergic to everything. Well, we had a fish once, but he didn't last very long. After about 2 weeks, I found Mr. Bloop sleeping in his tank upside down. When I got home from school, Mr. Bloop, his tank, everything, was gone. I guess Mom didn't like having a fish that took naps. I close the door behind me and look around. No Whiskers. I kneel down and peek under my bed. There are 3 balled-up socks, an old notebook, and a few toy cars, but still no Whiskers. "Whiskers," I call out. My voice shakes. There's no trace of the white cat, and I don't know whether to be happy he's gone or sad because talking cats are definitely cooler than capes. I decide to sit down at the desk and pull out my drawing paper and start on PizzaBot to keep myself from worrying about Whiskers. Since I spend a lot of time at school practicing, it doesn't take me long to sketch the robot out on a new piece of paper with the magic pencil. My stomach growls. I can almost taste the pizza from my awesome invention. I'll never have to eat another bite of meatloaf ever. I'm connecting the last line of my drawing when something smacks against my window. And again. Outside, hugging his body around a branch of a tree that hangs close to the side of the house, is Whiskers. I pull the window open. "How did you get out there?" I was bored. The words chatter from his mouth. Whiskers trembles, and the branch shakes under him. "I'm not bored anymore." "Well, come on in then." I move away from the window to give him room. He pinches his golden eyes shut. "Can't." "Why not? Just jump in here." Whisker moves his head only a little from side to side. He tries not to make big motions because the tree makes big motions too. Afraid of heights. The branch is too far away for me to reach Whiskers and pull him inside, so I'll have to think of some other way to help. There's not much in my room to help him unless I tie my sheets together, like they did in that one movie where the bank robbers tried to escape from prison. If Whiskers had thumbs, that might work, but Whiskers does not have thumbs, and the bad guys on the movie fell trying to escape and ended back in jail. Whiskers, Whiskers, Whiskers in a tree, Whiskers in the air. How can I get the scared kitty from the tree to my room? It's too bad cats can't fly. If Whiskers could fly, he could chase birds through the sky, then zoom right in through my window. I think of the empty space on his back and snap my fingers. Flying cats! Yes! The drawing of Whiskers sits on the corner of my desk, still waiting for me to finish. I scribble something on the page and then I wait for something to happen. And wait. I'm not sure how my drawings become real. Abracadabra! Alakazam! I shout. Nothing happens. Whiskers looks like he's getting more pale, but it's hard to tell since he's already white. Presto changeo! Behind me something clanks and beeps. Pizza robot at your service, says the robot. How may I help you, sir? With all of the excitement of trying to keep Whiskers from falling out of a tree and finding out exactly how many lives a cat has, I'd forgotten about drawing the robot. I smile. Pizza Bot, I would like you to help Whiskers. The robot marches up to the window, making a ton of noise. I should have drawn his legs with knee joints instead of straight metal tubes. I'll have to fix that next time I draw him. Pizza Bot scans the tree, then looks at me. Sir, whom do you wish me to serve? Whiskers, I say. I point at the cat. What would you like on your pizza, Mr. Whiskers? No, Pizza Bot, he's not hungry. Pizza Bot tips his middle head in shame. My apologies. Do you need help with your math homework, Mr. Whiskers? This isn't going to work. Pizza Bot was designed for two things and only two things. Math and pizza. Saving Whiskers isn't math or pizza. Whiskers' back paw slips on the bark and he scrambles to keep his balance. I look back at the paper and what I've just drawn. It hasn't shown up yet, and I'm afraid Whiskers will be one life less before it dies. This is the slowest magic I've ever used. It's the only magic I've ever used, of course, but it's also the slowest. There was an old show on television once where a cat was stuck up in a tree, and the little old lady called the fire department to come rescue it. I'm pretty sure firemen have better things to do with their time than climbing trees and getting clawed by cats, even in the olden days. But I'm all out of ideas. I head towards the telephone and make it halfway down the hallway before I hear a thud. When I run back into my room, Pizza Bot smiles at me with his mouth made out of a sequence of little red lights. How may I help you, sir? He's only trying to help, but I ignore him. Whiskers is under my bed. The jetpack sputters little puffs of smoke before orange flames spring to life. Get this thing off me, Whisker cries as the rocket sends him straight up to the ceiling. How may I help you, Mr. Whiskers? The robot beeps. Unless you can make me a pizza with the magic eraser, then you can't. The cat bounces off stuff like he's a ball inside a pinball machine. Pizza Bot makes a series of beeping noises as he thinks about this request. For a robot, he's not very smart. I'm sorry, sir, I do not know what magic eraser is. Would you like anchovies instead? Why do you think I like anchovies? Because I'm a cat? Whiskers looks upset by this for a moment, and then he ends up head first in my wastebasket. Wait, I say. Magic eraser? What magic eraser? The wastebasket muffles his voice. The one at the end of the pencil. Duh. Hold on, I cry, as Whiskers and the wastebasket shoot across the floor. I bring the tip of the eraser to the drawing and begin scrubbing away at it. Thanks. The rocket flares and Whiskers is in the air. He lands on my ceiling fan, which starts spinning. Goodness help! Though it takes only seconds to erase the jetpack and a few seconds more for it to finally disappear, it's long enough for Whiskers to lose his grip on the fan and land upside down on my floor with a surprised meow. He rolls over to sitting and rubs the side of his head with his paw. I kneel down next to him. Are you okay? A jetpack? Seriously, Daniel? Next time you decide to strap me to a rocket, at least draw me a helmet too, he grumbles. And in case you're worried, And in case you wondered, I am afraid of heights, but now I'm more afraid of flying. So much for flying cats. After that, Whiskers asked me to never, ever give him a jetpack again, and to draw something better instead, a straight line. So that was chapter 3. What did you think?